Second Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
I do measure, these times, by looking up the news, going into articles, basically being a watchman for who? For you guys, for the nation of Israel. Okay, but within that, only the elect are going to take heed. All right, only the elect are going to take heed to the Yahweh Shema Shai's men. That takes a minute.
And it says, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And he's doing it right now, right, through earthquakes, because right now we're in a low famine right now, a very light famine, hyperinflation. You got signs in the heavens.
Well, inflation.
Inflation.
But the hyper will come next.
Yep. Because soon you're gonna have an increase in gas, toilet tissue. Soon it won't be no gas to buy a free car. He said that. You got signs in the heavens. You have blood moons. You have solar eclipses, blood rainbows. That's actual thing.
Of course.
Fucking uproar to the people. All right, protesting, and these are all offenders. Okay, before the coming of Yahweh Shai.
And then don't forget, like right here, you got the 3 modern Roman centurions. Don't forget, this pestilence is being used to scatter us even more. Because right now we're gathering. There's a time of building and destroying. So as we're sitting here gathering, the Lord is protecting us. But there'll come a time where He could be like, "Hey, y'all gotta separate. Hey, we need 6 feet apart. Where's your mask? You see, that's why we make sure we bring our mask. We're prepared. You know what I mean? Because this is the time we're in.
That's right.
You see, it's very serious where it ain't gonna just be a, hey, there might not be a camp. That's how the famine's gonna hit. You gotta understand that like that it could happen.
Right.
Like that. So we gotta always make sure that we're in the right mindset now.
And that's why it's mercy, for us to be out here and you to be out here too. Because you want to get it while it's hot. Nobody likes eating cold food. Hot food is good. You want to get it while it's hot before all hell breaks loose.
And
I gotta pray and study the Bible because I don't agree with you.
About what?
I agree with that. You don't agree with the Bible? No, I don't agree. Right, I know you read the Bible, but I don't agree. I think the Most High set those examples such as Deborah.
Well, give me edges about the leaders. Give me edges about the leaders. That second edge of the first chapter, I believe.
Yes, we are under men, but we can be just as strong. We have our place. Judith, Deborah was a judge. Judith, Deborah, Esther, Ruth.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. If the Lord set up women as a leader or as a person to give an opinion or a judge, then what did the Lord do to Miriam when she was speaking against Moses?
He spit her
with leprosy.
I don't agree with that. I think the woman should be.
There you're in the right spirit, sis. You're in the right spirit. You're in the right spirit. Let's read this real quick for edification of what you want, 34:8, Marar?
34 in the last verse.
This is real quick for you. This is Ezekiel 34 and 30. It says, thus shall they know that I, the Lord their God, am with them, and that they, even the house of Israel, are my people, saith the Lord power, and ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men.
So
and I am your power, saith the Lord God.
All right, so how about Shema Shai? Of course, of course, to a certain degree, he deals with the women, but only through the man. Okay, because if you're going to serve, okay, but if you're going to serve Yahweh about Shema Shai, the man, because really, in all actuality, according to the scriptures, the man is your God. All right, meaning in the Hebrew, your Lord, in the Hebrew, Adawan. Okay, because a
man has the right to stop your prayer going up to the Most High.
Exactly.
He could tell the Lord not to answer that.
Right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
He could say no. You see?
Yeah.
Exactly.
He can disannul your prayer.
Right.
It says that in the law.
And that's what we're sitting here talking about. We're talking about righteous men. We're talking about righteous men. So even a righteous woman knows her order and she's under the man. Even only a righteous woman would know that. But because we're over here in the western side of the world, you have that mindset because Esau, Edom put that thought in your head.
No.
Hold on, sis, listen. Because the scriptures say, lean not on thy own understanding. And the first thing you said to this sister, I think. It's not what you think, it's what you know. Even Denzel said,
right.
It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. So prove in the Bible that it says that. And then if you attempt to, and I'm saying this humbly out of love, you'd still be off because you're trying to teach us. When we're not here, we're the ministers. We're not here to be ministered to. Yahushua came to minister to us. You see, that's the Lord. See, you better watch it.
Yeah, but he talked to y'all. Well, what I'm saying is, I agree with that.
All right, well then let's keep it there. Well, let's read this precept though. Read this.
Second Esdras 1 and 39.
Second Esdras 1. I'm gonna start at 38. And it says, Second Esdras 1 verse 38. And now, brother, behold, what glory and see the people that cometh from the east, unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham.
It said what? It said leaders.
Unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Hosea, Amos, and Micah, Joel, Obadiah, and Jonas, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Zechariah, and Malachi, which is called also an angel of the Lord.
Right, and these are all leaders, okay, because think about it. The Most High, the Most High didn't, okay, because when you look for like ancient Egypt, for example, the Most High set up Moses, all right, he didn't set up a woman, okay, and even within that, all right, we didn't need Israelite women to have Israelites, okay, but it's because why? Because it starts with the man, all right, and it says leaders. The Most High set up leaders, all right. Prime example is Yahushua, all right. The Most High didn't send a woman to die for us; He sent Yahushua.
I agree with what I'm saying to you guys. I agree with that, but all I'm saying is, in some cases, the Most High will use a woman.
Let me ask you this.
That's what I'm saying. I agree that we under you. We should be quiet and all that. But all I'm saying is, sometimes the Most High will pick a woman to go and do His bidding.
We're not saying He's not, but what you're using a 3% example out of 100% truth. That's the problem is, there's so many accounts of great men that why are we focused on a small little part of women when the Lord is using men for deliverance?
Because
That's
it
the.
can happen.
But is it prophecy? It's going to happen now. No. So there's no point of talking about it. The Lord isn't. There isn't a prophecy of another Esther. There isn't a prophecy of another woman coming to do anything for us. We're the woman now.
Right, exactly.
We represent the woman. The woman now is us. We're the bride of Yahushua. The men are. When that marriage that's talking about Revelations 19, that's the elect man. The world is being preserved before fire because of the elect men, not the women.
That's right.
Do you know how a woman also will be saved? Which we don't use this maliciously. It says through childbearing, through faith. So you got to also understand, you as a single woman, you have a husband? Are you a single woman? So you as a single woman, as this sister, should be more in the spirit as this sister. Just listening, because I'm going to say this, with you not having a man, it's going to be harder for you to be delivered. Because you have to have a man that the Lord is going through. The Lord ain't going to go through to a woman to get to a man. Now, He's used small examples. They're small. But this is why Paul said this. Let me read it. What's your name, sis? Judy? Judith? Judy. Right.
Trudy. Trudy.
Trudy. Okay. Trudy. True. Look. This is 1 Timothy. This is why Paul said this. And this season. And that's another thing. We have no problem when it comes to our sisters if they're righteous. We have too many of our sisters and men that are wicked that we can't leave a small room for that. But these are the small examples we'll use now. Yep. But this is why Paul said this. Because is this church? See? Yes, this is church. This is church. The church is in session. Yeah, we're the church. This is the calling out. See, sis, you have a lot to learn. This is a church right now. Okay, but let me real quick. This is 1 Timothy 2 and 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Yep. And see right there, that will prove if you got a demon on you. Because if you're saying, well, then you got to rebuke that. Because even the sister, she's agreeing. As we are, because she said, you don't believe what the Bible says? This is what the Bible is saying. This isn't a side note that I wrote in here and I'm sneaking it in. Right. This is what the Bible said before any of us were born. This is the order. This is our culture. See, we're here to come back to our culture. We're not here to mix white America and their philosophies or opinion up here. This is holiness. So if you're not holy, you're going to be on the outside because we're here to be born again. That's right. Being born again means your mindset changes. A little more. Hold on. Because if you said you agree, you would just shake your head as this sister's doing. Look, 1 Timothy 2:11, let the woman learn in silence.
Learn in silence. So you be nar, you want to, even though you ask a question, which is good,
right?
You got to feed the sheep of Yahweh Shema Shai, but also on that flip side, you want to take heed, because you have 2 ears, and you got 2 ears in 1 mouth. Yeah,
you can ask questions after camp. You know what I mean? You know, and it says with all subjection. So our women are to be in subjection to us, but now our women to subjection to Esau, to the work. If you go to job and they say, hey, you can't speak from 8 to 9, you're going to be quiet. But when it comes up here, well, I don't know. See, that's the problem. We are bringing back the authority of our nation, but our people don't look at us as authoritative figures. Now, we don't do that in a malicious manner. Hey, if you don't take heed, okay, we're not going to cuss you out. We're just going to keep teaching, because we know at the end of the day, one plants, one waters, the Lord gives the increase. So all we're doing is planting the seed and letting it water. It's up to the Lord to let it grow within you. But let me finish. It says, but I suffer not a woman to teach.
Woman to teach.
Teach who? The man. Because Titus 2, she's supposed to teach at home. The only thing a woman is to be doing is teaching her daughter how to become a future wife for an Israelite man. That's what you teach.
And also, and that's why Adam, and that's why he got messed up, because he took heed to Eve. Because she brought that confusion, from that damn serpent, Esau, and brought it back to her man.
See? But so you got to think about that. So ask yourself, am I bringing the serpent's venom up here? Because you got to think about everything. You see? Hold on. And it says, but I suffer not a woman to teach. Now let me ask you a question. Does a woman have the same authority as a man? No. Can a woman have authority over the man? Right here. Hold on. 1 Timothy 2:12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to assert authority over the man.
It's like, and within that, if your man is unrighteous,
that still don't give you right to be over him.
You know the order and the commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. You want to walk in the righteous manner, but still be servant unto him. Still be submissive unto him.
Unless he's telling you bag up drugs,
and be a hooker, exactly. But
it exists.
Because if I can add quickly, because a woman can also convert a man through through her works. You know what I mean?
You know what proves that? The woman at the well. Yahweh Shai in John 4, he told her go get her husband.
Exactly.
And we're in that spirit. I say, hey, do you have a husband, sis? We want to make sure, right? We don't want to cause no offenses. We're here to establish order with our people.
That's right.
And through that, he said, go get one of your 5 husbands. But then through her going back and telling that testimony led to those Samaritans that were Israelites come and hear the fame of Yahweh Shai.
Exactly.
You see? So a woman could be used to get the bridge to the man.
That's right.
That's all it is. And it says, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to assert authority over the man, but to be in silence.
Being in silence.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Then Eve. Because you go back to the book of Genesis, the Lord created Adam first, and then the animals, and then the woman.
And Adam was not deceived.
He wasn't deceived.
But the woman being deceived.
She got beguiled by the serpent, and the serpent is not an actual serpent. It was a man. Because having a cunningness of mindset of a serpent, being crafty and very what's the word?
Subtle.
Thank you. Subtle.
Well, the blue letter says he was an enchanter, so he was a witch. He was a wizard, and it says, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
She was in the wrong.
See, so when women bring up all these women, they never bring up Eve though. We got to go back to the Genesis, baby. We got to go, what about Eve?
Right.
Let's start there, right? And it says...
And then within that proves that the woman is the weaker vessel. And that's why the woman needs a head over her to guide her. Because if women out here right now, for example, say if we had a president of the United States and she was a woman, it would be war right now. Like World War III would be popping off. I know so.
You think
because women,
hold on.
Because women, they don't act rational. Like when things get rough, things get hard, they panic. When you panic, you mess up. All right, then when you mess up, you lean towards your own understanding through your emotions. Okay.
Yeah, one more. I got 2. 1 Timothy 2:15. It reads, notwithstanding, She, because then if you're in the right spirit, you say, well, what do I do then? If I got to be quiet, if I got to be in all subjection, then what do I do to be saved, right? Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. Like the fact this sister, she brought water, that's charity. Did we ask her to? No. But we're in the book of Acts all over again, so we have to identify these things. And we have to have patience and break it down to you, so Lord's will, you receive it. You see? So you can go, oh, wow, that's you being converted. That's you being healed. That's you being baptized. This is a part of the baptism. These scriptures right here are washing away that feminist demon that Esau puts out, where he makes you think that men and women are equal, or there might be. Right. We as a nation know that the man is the head. We know that. But now we're in a time, and we were just going into this before y'all got up here, how Esau has single-handedly, where it says, a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man. That's a new thing. So even with the women you're speaking about, that wasn't that wasn't back then. That's talking about now. Like you had said, do you think Trump was better than Hillary? Hillary shouldn't even be ruling. Exactly. She should be in the home. Why is she even in a spot of leadership? And speaking of Hillary, she sold enriched uranium to Iran, who's in prophecy is going to bomb this place. Yep. So the same woman that you think that could be a good ruler, she sold, hold on, you did say, do you think that Trump was better? Stating or insinuating that she was up to a level of leadership. So with that saying, this same woman that was in leadership sold enriched uranium that creates nuclear missiles to the enemy, which in the Bible is future prophecy, is going to bomb this place. So that alone should show you even an American woman ain't fit to lead, because an American woman sold military weapons to the enemy. You see? So we're just going down the line showing you, and you can see it. Even a woman in her spirit knows that this is my head. This is my man. You see? That's all it is. It's not a deep breakdown. Yeah. It's just us living in this captivity of woman worship. Like in the Bible, do you know how many men were mad at Paul because he rebuked them that worship great Diana? That the wicked Israelite men that were making like jewelry and medals to great Diana, their business went down because Paul was converting so many men back to the Lord instead of worshiping the woman.
They wanted to kill Paul.
Right. They went on fast.
Oh, it was actually a riot because of Paul.
Yeah. Yep. And they went against Jason. Yep. But you got it. Yep.
This is hold on, sis. This is Sirach chapter 25 and verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, because and through her we all died.
Through her we all died, meaning because the wages of sin is what? Is death. And the reason why it says the beginning was sin, because she took heed to what the serpent told her. And then she came back with that madness and craziness to Adam, and then him going off because he took heed to the woman. That's backwards, all right? The Most High is all about order. He's not about confusion. And the woman being over the man, that's confusion.
Now,
and us being here in Babylon, our minds have been Westernized since the
womanized,
right? Womanized and Westernized.
Yeah, because they speak about how a woman holds a baby for 9 months, but what about the man that's been holding that sperm since he was 12? Right. We've been holding the baby way longer. You see? See, but then this society teaches you woman worship. Like you got Mother's Day coming up. That's wicked. Yeah. That's completely wicked. That's satanic. What are you to be worshipped about?
But it's Father's Day too.
That's wicked too.
But you said that a man holding his mouth.
No, he just saying you understand that the baby with the seed is. You see, the seed, they carry the seed. It's really
right, but we carry the pain.
Wait, can I say this?
That's pain.
But you carry the pain because Eve listened to the serpent. You got that pain because Eve listened. And another thing proves that the woman's the weaker vessel. Why didn't the serpent go to Adam? Because Adam wasn't playing that. But Eve was, because she's easily beguiled. She needs a guide.
But then where was Adam
when Eve was getting, well, you got to understand, the garden was like a kingdom. So he probably was doing something a king would do. So she gadded abroad, as it says, a woman gads abroad. So she went probably out of where she should have went, and she ran into some witchcraft, and he got her. That's all it was. Because we'll find out in depth in the kingdom, but understand the Garden of Eden was like a kingdom. And Adam, King Adam, was a very great man. He was taller than all the rest. He had fame. So somehow, some way, the serpent got to Eve.
Right.
But it wasn't like she constantly she could have been on her period. Because remember, a woman that when she's on her menstrual, she's unclean. So she has to depart. She could have been on the west wing of, and you see what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just giving you a spiritual example.
Speculation.
Right. We really don't need to know where Adam was. We just understand that they weren't together.
Okay,
No, that's fine.
Okay, the only reason I ask that is because when a man leaves a woman, because I know it's a single woman.
Yeah.
I am, you know what I'm saying, set up as the sheeple for the firm,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, they were still together though.
So when I just made the point of when he wasn't with her, I don't know if it's because we see it today when a man is not with her, they're women.
Yeah.
When he's not there in his base, she can be taken by Satan.
Yeah, no,
She
that
can
didn't
get
happen.
caught up.
They were together still. They were still together. They weren't like broken up and he was sleeping on the couch. You know what I mean? They were still together because after that happened, that's when they had Cain and Abel.
Exactly.
So if she did anything, if they weren't together, he couldn't go back and lay with her. You see what I'm saying? So they were together for life. It just wasn't set up for them two to be together when that conversation went down.
That's right.
That's all it is. Because remember, it tells you in Proverbs, or is it Sirach, she opened her mouth to every thirsty traveler. So that, yeah, like a woman, some women might have a spirit on them where they'll entertain a man and they're just talking.
Like a Jezebel spirit.
If you will, yeah, that happens.
Just like you guys.
No.
Like for example, at work they call it what, a work husband.
Yep.
That's pre-adultery.
Yep.
You know, but even though it's not, adultery fully, but that's, you're talking to another man,
Yep.
and vice versa to a man, knowing that you are taken betrothed by another man.
Yep.
That's adultery.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, so we'll find out in detail. But in a nutshell, they were together. But on that day when that conversation went down, that beguiling, she wasn't necessarily next to Adam. Because you got to remember, he was royalty. So somehow, some way, the serpent found his way to her to plant that wicked seed in her. And then she went back and brought it to Adam. That's all it was.
Okay, so beguile, does it mean to seduce her?
Like he supplanted her. Like he was basically, he basically was teaching her when she was supposed to be learning from her man. And he taught her about a knowledge that she wasn't supposed to learn. But he put her on and then it bugged her out. And then that's why women are into horoscopes now. Because that's ultimately what he was teaching her. Because we'll get great wisdom in the kingdom. The men, starting with the men first, but he was trying to put her on to a knowledge that she had no business dealing with. Because if she did, Adam would have told her and he wasn't telling her. That's all it was. He was basically, he went like in as an advisor and put something in her ear he shouldn't have. That's all.
Sirach 25 and 24, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died.
Yep. Through her we all died. By us going off, taking it to the woman, hey, that's a complete confusion. Because the woman, she needs to be guided by there's just like men to be over her, and if nobody is over her, then Esau got her. Yes. And that's why you want to count it as a blessing to be up here, because you can be out in the world twerking, taking heed to Esau's doctrines and doing God knows what. But soon women out here are gonna realize that up here, here the men of Yahweh Shema Shai lies right here, because these women out here, they want to be over men because they're simps, because they know that if this man will give anything for you, they can rule you. These women out here, they know that stuff. You're a simp. They can easily leave you. They can easily cheat on you, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, even our women use this oppression system against us. They'll go to child support, they'll go to the police. Now there's cases where that is needed, but there's other times where we know that our women use it against us in a malicious manner. We know that. What's the scripture say? A woman is as an ostrich. She's also referred to as a scorpion, because the scripture said a woman's to be a pillar of rest, not a pillar of stress. Because really, even though as a nation we're all under curses, the main one that suffers a curse is the Israelite man, even with the cops. Now, you may have had a Sandra Bland, or you may have had a Micaiah Bryant, but in the 99.9½ time, it's an Israelite man getting beat, shot, bit, chased, gunned down, back broken. It's us. We're the ones that are under the brute of the curses, because a woman, she just got to open her chest a little, tighten up her pants a little bit, dye her hair a little, twerk a little, and the world accepts her.
Right.
But when it comes to the man, it's flaming hoops, spikes, rocks, climbing over hurdles, jumping, just to get a 2-week check.
And that's why it said the book of Micah, if I get it by Bashar, the precept, it says they oppress a man in his heritage, not a woman. That's why there's no men in the household. That's why you have Israelite men locked up in jails in the prison system. That's why you have most of our people, the men, they're in drugs because they can't, they can't take care of their families. So it's so many. The list goes on. So many things we can talk about. Right. But the oppression starts with the man. Back to back. Within the last month or so, you've been having an onslaught on Israelites, and within all the Israelites, there were men, but amongst the one, it was one woman. But compared to that one Israelite woman, it was multiple men.
This is Micah 2. I got one more. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity.
Devise iniquity. Who can I talk about? Because the council starting off with the Edomite elites, because right now the Yahweh Shema Shai gave this word into their hands. Like sorry. And the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai, he knows that they're wicked. We know.
Well, just going back the early days of welfare, you had during the Harlem Renaissance full Israelite families. The man, the wife, the children, multiple, 12, 11, 13 children in one house. But then Esau came in and told them that we'll support you and we'll help you if you kick the man out. And not only kick him out, but he had to go at least a state away. So he had to move like from Rochester to Yonkers. So what do you think is going to happen? She's going to first be loyal. The letters are going to write. But then over time, the drinking, the lifestyle, the milkman, the man around the corner, she's going to start lusting after another man. So Esau single-handedly broke up our family unit. And now our women with stretched forth necks think they don't need a man. But he gave you, that's the same that he beguiled us again. He beguiled the woman again. Hold on, we got more. We got more. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. So he devised sin upon sin upon sin. He devised it. He comes up with think tanks.
Planning it.
He comes up with Willie Lynch letters to affect you for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. And he did it again to the woman. He found a way yet again to disrupt the Israelite household. And it said, and now our women are mini serpents. They are. This black woman on World Star, she said, the government's my baby daddy. Remember? She had all the blonde hair just looking vile. The government's my baby daddy. The government got me a house. You see?
And that's why all these women, they're in Section 8, welfare, WIC, you know what I mean? And the list goes on. And they, but yet again, they want to take heed to Esau, the serpent, but not take heed to the Israelite man, because Esau has broken down the Israelite man and messed him up to break to nothing. So that way they may look at Esau to be, God, and the Israelite man just nothing. A poor man just walking the streets.
They'll listen to an Edomite man for an Israelite man.
Go back to work. Say if you work with a so-called Jew, like a so-called black woman, or whatever. Then that woman, she was smiling in Esau's face like there's no tomorrow. But then she see you and she don't fuck with you.
Suck your teeth.
She's like, oh, this nigga.
Then she go home and get mad because of her children. But those are the curses. See, that's one thing that helps us grow is understanding the curses that are on us. Understanding the curses that are for our men. Understanding the curses that are just for our women or just for our children. Then when we do, we accept it and embrace it. We understand and learn how to grow from it.
Exactly.
And we're like, oh, that mindset, that's a curse. Because the curses are really like evil angels over us. Like when you look at the Deuteronomy 28, what's that, 54, evil eye? When you go into that word evil, it means hostility. So there's a demon that will get between two random Israelite men and be just making them like wanting to fight because it's a demon making them do that. Because in Isaiah, it tells you how the Lord puts a demon over certain Israelites to block their eyes and ears. So we have other demons on our people that have been given charge to them to make them smoke their life away, fight their life away, commit adultery till they die, get high till they die. Those are all curses on our people. You see? So we're here bringing them back, and taking them from that alien mindset and bringing them back to their commonwealth. That's what it's about. You see? Because our women were the fairest. They wouldn't even get out of bed without the right, on their feet. Our women, like, when we get in the kingdom, it's going to be mind-blowing to see how we really are supposed to be. But let me finish. It says, Micah 2:1, and work evil upon their beds. Yep. When the morning is light, they practice it.
They practice it, meaning that they make up, like for example, you have the thing called the Bilderberg Group. You ever heard about that? Yeah. They're making plans about us right now. Like for example, you have the I'm not going to say, but they want to give all Israelites that pop shot. You know what I mean? And then their whole new world order is against Israel. You know,
because we are the new world,
right?
And I was going to say as well. Let me read this. It says, and they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. Like another good one is Planned Parenthood.
Boom.
They said you know, it's so crazy. In Exodus, we were being thrown to the crocodiles. Now Esau gives the woman the crocodile. You know, now they got something called, it's like this spray that a woman uses, and it's basically spermicide. Mm-hmm. So basically, it's a new form of birth control where you inject this in your area because you know you're going to have sex, so it kills the sperm once it gets there. So he's literally injecting you with a crocodile now to go through and eat the baby.
And Planned Parenthood is actually right down the street from here. You know?
Those are altars. Those are satanic altars that they sacrifice our children. And it will proves yet again that the man is the head. Who were they? What Israelite babies were they sacrificing in Egypt? The men, the boys. The girls could live. So why, if the nations knew that a leader would come from the woman, why weren't they killing both male and female? But the Egyptians were only killing the male. And then fast forward to the Roman Empire. Why did Herod only kill the boys 2 years and younger? He didn't kill all Israelite children, only the men. Or why in the Greeks, why were they killing Israelite male babies that were circumcised? Because they wanted to cut us off, and they do it through the man, not the woman. The woman has nothing to do with our lineage. Right. It's the man that bears that seed that's going to keep an Israelite keep coming back. And the only thing blessed that an Israelite woman has is she's the earth that the seed gets planted, so the Lord allows that spirit to come through. So that's what's blessing. Wow, I'm gonna be used to push an Israelite baby out. You didn't have it. The man put it in you. You're just here to push it out, which is, you know, that's a beautiful thing too. But understand the source, sister.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right. Because the lineage comes from the man, the seed. And then look at it like with Jacob, his wives were heathens.
Yeah.
But came forth the 12 patriarchs, you know, through the 12 patriarchs of the nation of Israel.
Yeah. And even when we were in Egypt, what Israelite woman did we have? Oh, good example. You got Manasseh and Ephraim. Those were through Egyptian women. Those are through Egyptian women. That wasn't an Israelite woman that he had. He was in Egypt as an Egyptian. Yeah, what did I say? Yeah. Yeah, but that's Joseph's sons. Yeah. No, Rahab was Jericho. That was after. That was way after. That was when we started conquering to get the land of Canaan. We ran through Jericho. And that was Rahab, which guess what? Fun fact. Guess whose lineage Rahab is a part of?
Because Rahab had the
hold on, sis, I'm asking you a question. Guess who? Hold on. What man is Rahab? What lineage is Rahab under? What Israelite man is Rahab found in? Yahushai. She's a part of Yahushai's lineage.